keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come in here with me. I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow.
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Thanks for joining us. The NBA on 2K Sports rolling right along. Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. The regular season starting to wind down. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. Houston has to feel pretty happy about their recent play. It's been a fantastic season for them, and this could be one of its most memorable nights, as a win here gives them the best record in the league. The Atlanta Hawks in recent years, a new ownership group, a changeover in the front office, new players in key roles. How do you create continuity given all of those changes, Shaq?
Well, it's not an easy thing to do, but with our good friend Grant Hill, part of the ownership group, I think they've done a good job, all things considered.
Well, they have a consistent philosophy now. You know, a style of play. They draw and kick. They have ball movement, unselfishness. So you know how to trade better, you know how to draft better, and definitely know how to coach better.
Kevin Harlan is standing by as we approach tip-off.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Tell them sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
This is 2K Sports, broadcasting from Houston, Texas, as the Rockets take it to the hardwood. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. The Houston Rockets coming to this one after a win against the New Orleans Pelicans. And what really made that outcome a surprise was how lopsided it was.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
But I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
And as we've got a few moments here before the tip, let's go to David Aldridge, who was able to speak with Mike Budenholzer. Dave, what'd you find out?
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent, and they come at you in multiple ways depending on where those weak spots are. He said, we've got to be ready for everything. It's a pretty tall order. Guys?
Thank you, David. And this late in the season, Chris, health is a big factor. A lot of players willing to play through injury. Just how common is it for someone to play dinged up in the NBA? Not at 100%.
Well, I think mostly every player is playing dinged up. I think you have so many players that are hurting while they play. But I don't know if you have many that are injured. And so you have to walk that line of distinction in. But it's no way not to have these practices, to go up with this physical play, to exert so much energy every day of your life and not have some war wounds for it. But it's part of the game. Can you maintain it? Can you handle it? Can you tough it out? And can you help your team win a championship? That's what the whole goal is.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And so in the game for the Hawks, Dennis Schroeder is out there with Lee. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. Then it's Collins. And it's Prince in at the 3 spot. And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Puts up a 3. Offensive rebound. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
And Harden loves getting contact on his shots, showing off his true muscle and level of concentration.
Lee, and he converts the layup. Lee's got his first points of the game.
Good movement there, and the lead pass was right where it needed to be.
Here's Paul. Here's Capella. Dedmon with the block. And they'll keep possession. And Paul gets it to go in. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Lee with the ball. Pass to Dedmon. Prince against Ariza. Shot clock at 6. Charity stripe shot, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Pretty high percentage look with the D playing off. Just couldn't knock it down. Hey, look, that's what they want. The ball is in his hands in the post. Just didn't have the touch that time.
Nobody near Schroeder. Off target from three-point range.
He finds a major hole in the D beyond the arc and still can't cash in on it.
Here's Capella. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Oh, man, Capella absolutely destroys the opposition on the offensive glass, using that gigantic body of his to snag down second chance opportunities.
Now here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 16-point game against Golden State.
Well, he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
Now here is Harden after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Over Lee. The putback. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Schroeder dishes to Dedmon. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Harden gets the bucket.
Oh, man, just an outstanding first quarter so far for him. He's doing a great job creating space and knocking down open looks.
Schroeder against Paul. And taken away by Paul. And finished off by Paul.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Oh, that was sweet, and that's what makes him so dangerous. Not only can he set up others, but he can also be a big-time finisher.
And Paul slams it in.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Now here's Prince. 20 points for him last game against Golden State.
And he also positioned himself well to protect the rim, swatting a couple of shots, making his presence felt on that end.
2 shots. Houston shooting their first free throws of the evening.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And the Hawks in the last couple seasons with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And the Hawks traded Howard and lost Paul Millsap in short time. So the rebuild, it would appear, is on for Atlanta.
Yeah, and it seems like they feel good with how they've approached it. You know, you got to commit to turning things over and starting anew. And the Hawks have taken the first steps to building towards the future.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Yeah, it's sad when you're aggressive enough to draw the fouls, but just not enough touch to cash in at the line.
to see the numbers for Capella.
He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. 3rd in blocks, 5th in field goal percentage, and he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
And you aren't top 3 in blocks unless you're committed to dominating in that category. His awareness and hustle is off the charts. Very impressive. Here's the pick. Clock at 6. But they'll get another chance. Lee kicks to Dedmon. Lee outside. Can they get it? The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Lee's got 5.
And guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Well, I wouldn't say that's his shot, but it's a shot he can make, and that really opens things up for the offense.
From the inbound, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul. This goes against Atlanta.
Boy, I mean, the career Paul has had just in terms of being a great point guard, there really are no words left to describe.
The Rockets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
2 shots.
The first one falls. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And last season, the Rockets retired Yao Ming's number for the organization, a career cut short by injuries, but he was such a huge part of the history here, and it was great to see that honor bestowed on him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Yao Ming, one of the largest players I've ever seen in this game. I remember having to go up against him. He was so skilled for a player his size. Had some great battles.
Now, here's Schroeder after Clint Capella's miss. Shot by Collins, no good. Capella inside. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
The Hawks trail by 10. Here's Schroeder. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Ariza against Prince. Lee outside.
And the defense not making things easy for them.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Tucker with the ball. Guarded now by Prince. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul. This goes against Atlanta. The Rockets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Two shots.
The first one falls. Chris, bench celebrations can be seen as showing up the other team. Is there a balance in your mind of how players can celebrate without maybe rubbing it in the other team's face?
I mean, this isn't baseball. You know, if basketball was baseball, if we hit a home run, then we could trot, turn around, spin. We don't, you know, you have respect for your players by how hard you play against them, by preparing for them, by, not playing dirty. But basketball, no. No, the culture is in the parks. The culture is with guys that play, and the bench should have as much fun. I love watching the benches go crazy. Think of how hard those guys on the bench work all season long and may never get in. What's wrong with being hyped for your teammates? No, I don't think it should be turned. I love it. Actually, I think some of these benches need to turn it up even more. Hopefully, we get a better show on the bench.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Well, I love how they've done it. They've built this huge lead with points in the paint, dominating physically.
Here's Dedmon. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Well, Kevin, you know momentum is a fickle thing. Sometimes one simple boost in confidence can change the complexion of an entire game.
Here's Dedmon after Clint Capella's bucket. Here's Schroeder, stolen by Tucker. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
Already, they've piled up 8 second chance points.
The Hawks trail by 14. Schroeder kicks to Lee. Off target from outside.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter. And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And Chris, you've been working as an analyst now for quite some time. Do you feel that how you view and enjoy the game has changed as you've transitioned from being a player on the floor to the booth?
You know what? I've learned a lot, and I've learned to look at the game a different way, but I look at the game the same way. I think the onus is on the player to execute what the coach and the GM puts out there for you to do, for you not to become a one-dimensional player, for you to improve in the summertime. That's the only time you can improve. And when you don't come back and you don't improve, it's obvious that you have the same glaring weaknesses that you had the year before. Even if you're not on a team that can compete for a championship, you want to make sure that you compete for a championship, that you compete for an all-star, that you compete to have your name out there. And so a lot of times we'll watch some of those teams, and I love seeing that they compete or if they laid it down early in the season. So, no, I would say that really what gives me an advantage is that the way that I looked at the game, and hopefully, you know, that gives me a unique perspective when I'm out there trying to talk to other basketball heads like myself.
And Mbah-a-Moute's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Muscala, he's checked in for Collins. There's the dish to Lee. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Paul goes in. Good work there as it goes. Paul's got 9.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Schroeder passes to Muscala. Lee dishes to Schroeder. Back to Lee. And here's Prince outside. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make. He is 1 for 4.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3. And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The Hawks trail by 17. Now here's Schroeder. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. With the putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Dedmon's got his second basket of the night.
Nice. He snuck a hand in there. That's the great anticipation he brings on the offensive glass.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
Now here's Schroeder. They get the rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Paul. The rebound by Prince. Hawks shooting 40% here in the early stages. Inside, here's Dedmon. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Mbah-a-Moute.
Clearly a foul.
Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And he makes the first. Well, you knew that the Rockets were going to be an offensive juggernaut with their roster and Mike D'Antoni at the helm, but seeing it in action is still jaw-dropping at times. I mean, you're amazed. They can put up a lot of points in a hurry.
Yeah, and the team plays at an incredibly high pace, which accounts for some of their big numbers. But they do a good job of finding smart shots and making the most of their possessions. This team can truly be scary when they're clicking.
Houston leading by 15. Here's Paul. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Taylor kicks to Dedmon. Passes it to Taylor. It's Dedmon, top of the key. The 11-footer. Shot by Taylor, no good.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
And Chris, when you see Harden coming down the lane at you, there is a very short list of players who can instill that much fear. Pretty much him, Westbrook and LeBron. Each have their own style, and Harden's might be the most refined of all of them.
Well, that's why he gets to the line so much. Speed, his handles, his ability to pull back on the 3, his Euro step. When Harden gets going downhill like that, you just don't have an answer for him.
2 shots.
Free throw good, James Harden. And part of analyzing a game can be offering forth critique of players or officials or organizations. Chris, how do you find that balance of candor and yet not being too critical, being too harsh?
Great question. The way I try to have an honest balance is to remember how I felt when it happened to me.
Interesting.
When you're a player, if someone comes with hard, credible evidence, I mean, it's true. You can't take anything personal. But when guys are just criticizing the same jump shot that you made last play, I'm not that guy. So, I try to keep a balance by being fair and honest, first of all, to the fans of that city and that state, and letting them know how great their team is, but also that maybe their team is playing lazy. Maybe look at this effort not out there by the floor. But also, in a blowout game, I also give the team that's losing by 30 just as much respect as I do the winning team, because those guys work just as hard. This is just a specific night they didn't play that well. So I just try to make every game as special as it is to me, from being a kid growing up to being able to play in the league, but then also just being fair. Benefit of the doubt first, but if you do 2 or 3 stupid things, then you're a stupid player that night. Just being honest, having fun. And I've gotten some calls from players, and I don't care. I'm not hard to find. And I just try to have fun, be honest, and no hard feelings, man.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
Just an average shooter from range. Squares up nicely on that one.
Oh, and the dunk by Ariza.
And the way Ariza uses his limb to get to the basket is just sensational, just tirelessly attacking the rim.
Prince kicks to Dorsey. No good with the triple. Rockets leading by 20. Ariza goes in. Another shot. And Capella with a nice bucket inside. Capella's got 10 points.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
Gentlemen.
And Atlanta gets called for the foul.
I mean, and Capella really using his massive shoulders to draw contact, not afraid to go right up into the grill of the defender.
For Houston, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
For the Rockets, Ryan Anderson. He's checked in for Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden. He hits both from the stripe.
And they've been the more physical team offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
There's the killer two-handed slam.
He gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
From 10 feet out, rebound by Muscala. Atlanta shooting just about an even 40% to start. Here's Taylor. The shot will not fall. Some solid D from Paul. To the paint, and the dunk by Capella.
Just finding the open man. Few who have ever played this game have Paul's vision.
Taylor dishes to Muscala. Takes a three. That shot off the mark. And the Rockets take it the other way. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnover.
Yeah, I thought they were dialed in terms of what the other team was trying to do, and then showed the athleticism to turn it into a blowout.
Here's Taylor following the basket by Chris Paul. Taylor kicks to Dorsey. And Paul over to help. Poke loose. Oh, and here we go with Gordon. Nobody back. Lays it in off the breakaway.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
There's 37 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Muscala. It's rebounded by Houston. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Outside, Taylor. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. Here's Taylor. No good that time. And so it's the Houston Rockets in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And guys, we've seen the Rockets really take control here.
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, right. Only the first quarter. Don't over-panic, but it seems like their strategy is working. We'll see if the other side can counter.
Chris Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. Ryan Anderson out there with Luke Mbamute. And it's Green in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for...
Oh! The tenacity, the attention to detail. It's why these guys are in complete control.
Well, they continue to extend the lead. Terrific play on both ends of the court.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play.
Well, it had been a little bit of a bumpy ride for Mike D'Antoni before coming to Houston. He had underwhelming results in New York and LA before taking time off from coaching, but he's found great success since coming back with the Rockets.
Yeah, I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. They set the screen. Another 3 for Atlanta. And when the Rockets hired Mike D'Antoni, there wasn't a lot of fanfare. But this has turned out to be one of the best fits in his coaching career. In fact, he was the NBA Coach of the Year last season.
Yeah, you never know how a coach will mesh with the team, and D'Antoni has fit in perfectly here. He made some changes early on and has the Rockets as a great offensive powerhouse. Even has the team playing some defense. I mean, something his teams have never been known for.
And the shot goes in. 6 points for Eric Gordon.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Fires for three. Nailed from three-point land.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Green in the post. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
Rockets have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. Misses in close. Atlanta's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Took the opportunity when he saw it. He has 6.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Here is Mbamute and the dunk by Mbamute.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
And you see defensively, when they try to patch something up, he exploits a different weakness.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Chris, sometimes when a player is feeling it, in that rhythm, in that groove, there's nothing you can do to slow him down. Is there a player in the league right now who you feel is the deadliest when things are really falling right for him?
I mean, James Harden. How about this guy? Now that he's getting other guys involved, he's so much harder to guard because you don't know if he's going to pass it, ending up in a successful assist, or if he's just going to knock it down in your face. And his range is just so incredible. You do not want to let that man get hot. Also, of course, we know Curry. You better not let him get hot because he'll do some incredible things. And then his teammate, his boy, his partner, Klay Thompson. I mean, just the way that these guys shoot is just so fun to watch. So, I mean, these guys, when you talk about deadly from anywhere, anytime, you got to guard these guys like they used to say when they get in the parking lot. Not when they get in the arena. You better start guarding them in the parking lot because they can score at any time.
PJ Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. Collins checked in for Atlanta. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Rockets.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside.
And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
For Houston, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
One shot.
That's good from Tucker. Here's Dorsey. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Warriors in Oakland. Taylor kicks to Muscala. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Taylor passes to Muscala. Here's the 3. Dorsey, that's good. Dorsey's got his second bucket tonight.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
It's deflected. Now Taylor, he's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Collins, guarded by Tucker. Shot by Collins, no good.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Taylor dishes to Muscala, and Dorsey kicks to Taylor. And Gerald Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Atlanta making a switch here. On defense, Houston. Schroeder outside. A three-pointer is right on target. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, after not making anything from the field in the first, I mean, he has really elevated his game this second quarter.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. To the middle, here's Collins. Foul on the play, basket count, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Shooting one.
And that one falls for Collins. And for Houston, they're shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
All right, a chance to check out numbers for Paul. The past month has been surreal. He's putting up about 17 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
And part of this falls on the defense. I mean, you know he's hot. You'd like to force someone else to shoot the basketball.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Collins kicks to Lee. Here's Schroeder. The rebound by Anderson.
I'm sure he'd say to himself, no excuse for missing that shot, even when it's such a clean look.
And Ryan Anderson perhaps personifies what it means to be a stretch 4. He's 6'10". He came off the bench for 4 years in New Orleans. He's always been a great shooter, Chris, and was exactly what the Rockets were hoping he would be when they signed him.
Look, I know what Anderson was thinking. This is a match made in heaven. He was always a great offensive forward, but the system they use is just perfect for him.
Dedmon tries again. It's rebounded by Houston. Anderson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Tucker. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Lee with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. And that one's good. Schroeder. Anderson outside. The feed to Tucker. Tries from the block. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Wow, what a sensational quarter from him. And as long as they have this lead, I'd keep going to him again and again and again and again.
The offensive rebound.
Look, that rebound was up for grabs to get, but his length really was the determining factor in him coming away with it.
Something lit a fire under him this quarter. Their lead's safe as long as he's on the floor.
Atlanta's shooting about 42% so far. Lee kicks it over to Schroeder. Dishes to Dedmon. And there's the pass to Lee. Feeds it to Dedmon. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Tucker. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
Over in the corner, Lee. There's the screen. Shot clock at 6. From downtown. Tipped away, but he gets it back. Here's Collins. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And there's Ryan Anderson on the assist by Gordon. Anderson's got his first points of the game. Hawks shooting 45% in quarter number 2. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder.
Oh, that's a brutal giveaway. A pass to no man's land.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Houston. James Harden comes in for Chris Paul. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Atlanta. Harden can't hit. Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
Collins. Goes up again, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Atlanta shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
And the chance to draw up a great play. I mean, this is a chess match at work.
The Rockets making a switch here. Capella's checked in. And with a quick break on the court, we've got some time to show you the list of the top rookie shot blockers over the course of the last month. First free throw is good. And so Collins nails both of them.
Well, after getting to the stripe in the first quarter, he's definitely been more assertive driving inside.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Harden. 1st in scoring, 3rd in assists, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. That's good from Capella.
Wow, and the big man Capella has proven to be a reliable role player, a strong physical presence who takes smart shots and contributes well on D.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Lee passes to Prince. Ariza brings the double. It's stolen by Capella. Goes up. Oh!
Goodness.
Wow. I mean, and when you look at the big man Capella sprint down the floor, when he's finishing in transition, it has to motivate the rest of his teammates.
Poked away. Schroeder with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Inside. Makes it off the glass. Collins has got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
That shot is off. Good D by Harden.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
And it's off from three-point range. Atlanta's shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Prince in the corner. It drops for his second made shot of this game. An unimpressive 2 of 7, though.
And no fight left in the defense there after a teeth-rattling pick.
Basket counts.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Schroeder kicks to Dedmon. There's a screen. Prince outside. Ariza brings the double. Collins dishes to Prince. Just 5 on the clock. Another miss by Prince.
Never committed to setting a good pick right there. And as a result, the D was able to stick to him and get a hand in his face.
Gordon kicks it to Tucker. Houston moving it around. Here's Capella, and Houston again with the bucket.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Hawks shooting 41% from the field here in the second. Pass to Collins. Prince outside. Hits it from 3-point range. Prince has got 5 points in the quarter.
That's too much space to give him out there on the perimeter. They got to close out on him.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
1:58 left in the first half. Lee passes to Dedmon. And here's Tucker. He's got 23. Schroeder with the ball. Prince in the corner. There's a good screen. Here's Dedmon. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And here's Harden for 3. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
They've leaned on him tonight, and he's delivered with some great shooting.
Schroeder dishes to Dedmon. Back to Schroeder. On the wing, Lee. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Lee's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. They're going at one another.
James Harden. Taking 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Free throw good, James Harden.
Love the aggression that Harden plays with. This guy just goes all out.
And Baamute's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Both good from the line that time. There's 53 seconds left here in the second. Shoots from 12. The shot misses. The Rockets go the other way with it. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand.
He's giving them a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling for him.
The Hawks shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Kicks it to Dorsey. To the inside. Muscala, the dunk, and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Mbamute. For Atlanta, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
Shooting 1.
That's good from Muscala.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Oh, and the dunk by Ariza.
You just love how Harden moves the rock. When a teammate is wide open, he gets it to him so fast.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to Taylor. Muscala up top. They get a hand on it. Ariza brings the double. It's stolen by Ariza. The finish, and Ariza with the stuff.
I mean, look at those big mitts of Ariza. I mean, they just can't be forgotten. Using them to paw away the ball and create chances for his team.
4 seconds left, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Oh, yeah, incredible teamwork there. A play you perfect only by practicing it until you're blue in the face.
And so it's the Houston Rockets with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, y'all, welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith. That's Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for joining us. And boy, a pumped-up home crowd is behind us right now. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it's Shaq-like?
That's a good one.
Seriously, they're incredibly efficient shooting the basketball, and I don't think they settle for any bad shots. And you're never going to go wrong with that strategy.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
That was very undisciplined half of basketball they just played. You can see it in all the points they gave up at the free throw line. Listen, I don't mind the aggressive attitude, but they took it too far with all the silly, crazy fouls.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We'll see you later.
Welcome back to the Toyota Center, everyone. That's a look at our broadcast location tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. The Hawks shooting 43% from the field. On the court for Atlanta, Collins is out there with Prince. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Lee in at the 2. Here's Prince. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Dedmon's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Hawks. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, Capella is just fantastic at dunking it home, leaving no mistake on these kinds of chances near the hoop.
And the Hawks with possession here. Schroeder kicks to Dedmon. They set the pick. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany handed the keys as the full-time starter at the point guard in his 4th season.
And with his confidence and competitive spirit, you know, he was chomping at the bit for that opportunity. And you got to love his athleticism coupled with that big play capability. It's just exciting to see how good this young man can become.
Tucker through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Dedmon in the corner. Shoots over Capella. And Capella sends it back. Now, here's Tucker. He's guarded by Collins.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the flow of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent.
Lee kicks it over to Schroeder. And Paul over to help. Knocked loose. The dish to Collins. Shoots over Capella. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And there's Ariza. That's good on the assist from Tucker. And that's 12 points for Ariza.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Schroeder kicks to Collins. He feeds it to Prince. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. And that one, good. Paul's got 19 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. They set the screen. Here's Schroeder. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
In examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Schroeder. Schroeder hits them both. The Rockets have gone as spotless, 6 of 6 from the field since taking the court here in the second half. Harden knocked loose. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Schroeder.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
Got a piece of it. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. With the break in the action, let's now look at the league's top scorers. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. James Harden, number 1.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough or what? What a season.
Down low, deflects the pass. Paul with the ball, now guarded by Schroeder. Ariza with the bucket.
Oh, and Ariza loves getting these mid-range, James. I mean, quick to fire from there.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Pass to Lee. Here's Schroeder. The Hawks again can't hit. And here's Houston. They're on a 14-6 run. Tucker can't get it to go.
Does well to burrow his way into the post, but loses his touch on the finish.
To the paint. Out in his own on the break. Rebound, Atlanta. Collins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Paul outside from 12 feet out. Rebound, Atlanta. Here's Schroeder. He's got 6. Here's Dedmon, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
It's his shooting that's kept them out of an even deeper hole.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only 1 hand needed for that one. Hawks have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Ariza brings the double. And here comes Ariza, leading the fast break. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
Ariza's scoring from everywhere. His jumpers, him driving inside, from beyond the arc, at the free throw line. He does it all.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Ariza brings the double. Prince outside. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Prince has got 12 points in the game.
Oh, just a solid screen to free him up. Makes the layup possible.
Dedmon with the block. Lee against Harden. The 11-footer. And it's off the back rim. No good. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing. Yeah, and it only takes a few shots for Paul to get going. The D has got to be worried.
Now here's Lee. 8 points for him. Prince, the pass to Collins. He kicks it to Dedmon. From deep, Prince gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 15.
Where was the defense? You cannot leave a long-range sniper that wide open.
Oh, that's just a terrific night for him from the floor, making almost everything he looks at.
And a wide open look for Lee. Lee can't get that one to fall. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well. Yeah, they are really starting to push it now.
Right wing. Schroeder dishes to Dedmon. Back to Schroeder. Now the feed to Dedmon. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's the teardrop. And Capella sends it back. 2 on the clock. Dedmon shot is off. Rockets shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Good. Pauls has got 10 points in the quarter.
And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
Schroeder kicks to Prince. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Here's Tucker. That one goes. Count it. Tucker's got 29 in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Collins. Finds himself wide open and drills it. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Houston with a big group substitution here. Anderson, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And Ba'amute comes in for P.J. Tucker. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Gordon in for Paul. Now Dorsey. He's got 6. Prince outside. They set the pick. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Let's check out the standings in the Western Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Take a look at the Rockets. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And, of course, the Golden State Warriors, right on their heels and with their sights set on gaining ground.
And I think for the Rockets, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
That's why you have to give a ton of credit to the players in terms of how they've played all season. And they aren't done yet.
And here we go. Houston running again. Here is Mba'amute. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Mba'amute's got 8.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Atlanta's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Here's Harden, and he banks in the layup. Harden's got 4 this quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Atlanta's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. And Dorsey kicks to Taylor. No good on the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
There's the pick. Dishes it to Dorsey. 5 to shoot. No good on the 3. Rocket shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game.
Ryan Anderson has such an easy stroke from distance. You can't help but notice it. He plants his feet so well and has a reliable motion.
Here's Dorsey. 6 points for him. Knocked away. Feeds to Taylor. He dishes it to Dorsey. It's Muscala, top of the key. From the arc. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Gordon. Averaging about 18 points per, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
And with Anderson, you talk about how quick his shot can come off, how quickly he gets that baby away. Chris, he really can open things up as a forward who needs a man close to him at all times.
What makes Anderson such a great deep ball threat is his height along with the release that he has because his release is so high.
And it's Gordon penetrating. Bucket is good. Gordon's got 8.
And that first quick step of Gordon, I mean, super effective at getting him space, which gets him to the rim.
Here's Dorsey. And that time, also a missed shot. And so here is Houston. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Mbah-a-Moute. And Mbah-a-Moute has got 5 assists tonight. The Hawks shooting 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. Oh, and here we go with Gordon. Nobody back. Finished off the break. 10 points for him.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Taylor passes to Muscala. A 3-ball. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. And Mbah-a-Moute has got his 5th rebound in this one. And again, it's Eric Gordon.
He's put up a show so far to begin this one. He has not missed one yet.
Gordon's gone a perfect 6 of 6 shooting. Taylor dishes to Muscala, and the pass to Dorsey. The Hawks working the ball around. The shot by Taylor, no good.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, going up against a big run, trying to mount one of your own. I mean, it's exhausting and takes a tremendous amount of energy here.
There's 18 seconds left in the... Whoa!
Goodness.
No, come on.
Woo. Wow.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you, a superb athlete.
Stolen by Harden. All alone.
Oh! And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Oh, that's a brutal giveaway. A pass to no man's land.
Here's Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. The Rockets on top, running away with it. We've got more in store for you right after this. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. So it's the Rockets now. They've got Nene. Gordon is out there with Green. Then it's Mbamute, and it's Anderson in the power forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Up top, Plumlee. Pass to Dorsey. Uncovered. But they get it back.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Fast break. Here they come. Here's Green. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Outside, Taylor. Misses the 3.
Wow, he's really been dragging them down tonight.
The drive by Green. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And for the Hawks, they're shooting 40% from the field. Now Dorsey kicks it to Taylor. They double him with Green. Plumlee with the screen. Tries a 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Anderson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. The drive by Green. Count that bucket.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
We'll give the coach a little credit. There's been some great play calling. Each guy doing his part. This is what you're hoping to achieve.
Atlanta again missing. On offense, here are the Rockets. They've got an 8-0 run. Gordon. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 16 points for Eric Gordon.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Outside, Taylor. Kept alive.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
And that pattern continues, guys. Another heat check, another log on the fire.
Oh, I know this feeling. They're in that special zone where you feel untouchable. They haven't missed in a while.
Pass to Plumlee. Plumlee with the screen. Taylor kicks to Plumlee. Here's Dorsey. Off target from outside. Now the Rockets with it. They've got a 12-2 run in progress.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Plumlee. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Green. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
And it's the Hawks' ball. Taylor kicks to Plumlee. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Rebound, Atlanta. Well, there have been some questions regarding the NBA's playoff format, Chris, if the division by conference is a good thing or if we should open it up to even more teams. Should we even have divisions? If you were going to change anything, what might you change in the playoff format in any way?
Well, I'll tell you this. I would not add more teams. Please. I mean, we're going to add more teams to watch more bad teams? Right. No, if you can't win almost 50% of your games, no way.
Agreed.
I did hear one thing that was kind of interesting is that what if you ranked the teams 1 through 16 in the playoffs? So that, yes, I still believe in divisions.
Right.
Kev, because I want the season to matter. Divisions, championships, that matters for a fan base. Those type of things matter. So I want to keep those in there. But if you did 1 through 16 that way, so the final last 2 teams didn't have to play the best competition until the end, I just think that might be interesting. You never know what type of matchups you may have. But I think we've been having some great basketball in the last 15 years. So I don't know if necessarily we really need to change anything about the playoffs.
Interesting observations.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
The Hawks shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. The dish to Taylor. He feeds it to Dorsey. Fires the three. The shot by Taylor, no good.
He hit a three in the first half. Now he's searching for his first outside shot in the second half.
And yes, it's good.
Oh, I love when Anderson uses his size down low. Now, you can always spread him out, but keep releasing it high so the D had no chance to block the shot.
Drops in the layup for two.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Shoots from the right block, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And here's Atlanta. They double him with Green. Poked away. Stolen by Anderson. Oh, and here comes Anderson all alone.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
Plumlee with the screen. Shot by Taylor, no good.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And Baamute can't get it to go.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
The shot by Taylor, no good.
His head doesn't look in the game right now. He can't seem to connect on any shot he takes out there.
A nice shot by Anderson. Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
Oh, man, come on. Injuries like this can change the course of a game, even the whole season. Our thoughts and prayers are with him.
Malcolm Delaney, he's checked in for Taylor. He's guarded by Johnson. Down low, Plumlee, and he uses the glass on the layup.
That's the way to attack. Get it into the post and go to work.
Here's Paul. Plumlee with the rebound.
Some tough D in the paint, getting between him and the bucket and stopping the easy deuce.
In the corner, it's Delaney. His three-pointer's off the mark. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Here's Lee. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Well, the league has begun a program to crunch the numbers and learn how to reduce player injuries. It's just getting started. But, Chris, exciting to think that we'd be able to cut down on that part of the game.
Oh, yeah. You're talking to a guy that suffered injuries most of my career. I'm glad that we have more information now as far as, looking on the bench. You have player tracking cameras, the nutrition. You have more research and flexibility and strength. And so now it can all be measured. And as long as the players-doctor relationship is kept in privacy, I think it'll make a big difference.
And he makes the first. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. And both free throws good for Lee.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Passes it to Tucker. Back to Paul. Plays it up and banks it in. Paul's got 12 points in just the second half.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Screen by Lee. The Hawks working the ball around. Tipped away and out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Collins checked in for the Hawks. Paul kicks to Green. And it's Green with the jam.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing.
The feed now to Collins. Lee with the ball. Now Green defending. Here's Collins. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And every player out there has a story about falling in love with the game. Chris, when did you fall in love with basketball? And what was it like playing basketball as a kid?
Wow, it's so hard to remember when you first fall in love with basketball. There's so many great moments and great stories that you hear, but probably playing on the playground and seeing all the guys laughing and hearing the music and hearing the guys say check up and next game and smelling the sweat and seeing guys play physical. That's probably what it was. And then being able to play at a great gym called St. Cecilia in Detroit and then watch all the other players that played before us come in, the Isaiahs, Magic Johnson, Spencer Haywood, Terry Durod. I mean, you get to watch these guys play. Derek Coleman, Steve Smith. I could go on all day. Mark Makins, Terry Mills. I could just keep going. It was so fun watching these guys play. So to me, I fell in love with it as a kid, but every instance, every memory that I have made me fall in love with it that much more. How can you not fall in love with the greatest game ever played?
Well said. And so Collins nails both of them. And for Houston, their shooting has been wild, 76%. That's just unbelievable. And he makes that one. Tucker's got 31.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Lee outside. Now the pass to Delaney. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. As you look at the league right now, how different would you say it is from when you played? And if there are a lot of differences, do you like the changes?
The NBA is much different from when I played. When I played, if you shot a jumper from the 15-foot range free throw line, they criticize you as a big fella. Now you have to be able to space the floor. If you were a big fella and led the break back then, they criticize you. Now you have a guy like Durant who is 6'11". So the game has changed from rules that was so much more physical at the time. It was a slower pace. But, you know, that was then. I love the way that the game is now. I love that players have more freedom. I love that the pace is faster. You don't have to look back at your coach to have a play called every time. The trust is put in these players' skill sets. And so I love it, man. Anytime you can see Harden go to work, Durant go to work, Curry go to work, Westbrook go to work, LeBron go to work, Irving go to work, and just watch them play in an open offense, man, it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I like the changes, and it was fun when I played as well.
I mean, they just look totally disengaged out there. Seems like they've given up on this one.
This is to Black. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. A chance here to get a quick injury report.
Guys, I was able to catch up with the Hawks head athletic trainer. He told me it looks like he broke his toe, and that's why he's in so much pain. Boy, losing a player like him right now, just a huge blow. They depend on this guy so much, Kevin.
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sidelines.
Yeah, and given how hard he's worked, you know how frustrated he must be. Difficult blow to overcome for him and for his team.
Here's the floater. Collins, good. Collins has got 6 here in this quarter. Tucker, the pass to Black. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam?
Hey, Kev, I love the play, but you know what? Anyone at this level can throw it down on you if you hand it to him on a silver platter.
No, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Not a fan of those kinds of passes.
Atlanta's shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. A minute 50 left here in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Johnson. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Yeah, but you have to control the pace. You have to keep it up, keep the tempo. That's how they built this lead.
He's guarded by Johnson. Here's Delaney. Here's the screen. 1:21 left here in the fourth quarter. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Houston.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And reaching an impressive milestone on the year, this will be win number 60. And guys, they have played so well this season. I think pretty much any given night, they've come in with that swagger and attitude, and they've really backed it up.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Clint Capella.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Come on. Pull. You 2 players.
And so here is Houston. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level and leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Yeah, that offense shifted into high gear. I love the attack mindset.
Hawks passing it around. Here's Collins. No good on the shot.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Timeout called, the Rockets. They're ahead. 15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
My guess is that they're just trying to avoid some monumental breakdown after having dominated up to this point.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Clint Capella.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it. And so here is Houston. Here's Paul, and the layup's good off the glass. Paul's got 33.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, with a double-digit lead at this point, they can pretty much mark this one up in the win column.
Here's Delaney. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with James Harden. James, what is it like when you're playing a team that's struggling and you have to keep focused to keep them down?
You know what? We look at the bigger picture, and we have one goal at the end of the season, that's to be champions. So we can't play down to the level of our competition. You know, we got to go out there every single night and, be on the same page and try to give 100% effort.
It's been a success so far, James. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.